Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, safety, salutations unto the hopeful elect. It's your brother Kasab on Yahweh, coming at you with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And in today's lesson, just wanted to get into, when the enemy comes in like a flood, okay? So, Moab and Esau and these nations have these humanoid robots, fighting robots, right? Salakia. So I'm gonna just mute it, but yeah. So Moab has these Chinese fighting robots. So basically, they're robots. They're humanoids. They don't get tired. They can pretty much just rumble whenever it's time to rumble, right? Now, a person with the natural eye looking at this would say, well, if they fight a person, they're gonna fuck them up, which they will. But the difference is that there's gonna be elect men chosen out of the nation of Israel for the Spirit of the Lord to come mightily upon, man. Okay, and Moab, Esau, all you nations with your fighting robots and all that. That's not gonna be enough, man. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Yeah, Esau gonna come in like a flood. Gurga troops, you know what I mean? All type of shit. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, man. You know what I mean? Now, let's look up that word standard here, man. Let's go to the etymology online. Etymology online. Because the Lord said he's gonna lift up a standard. So let's look it up, and you know what I'm saying? Online etymology. I'm going to put in that word standard and see what comes up. So the Lord said he'll lift up a standard against the enemy, man. Paste. Standard. Okay. So here is the etymology for the word standard. Distinctive flag. Display a rallying point for a military force. Military standard, a banner. Let's see. Yeah, man. So a standard, a military banner, man. Let's see. A standard. Bright excellence. Measure. Yeah, so standard means let's see. So from a position in battle to serve as a rallying point for a military force. Yeah, man. Let's look up rallying point. Let's see definition of rallying point. Definition. Okay. Rallying point. Let's go over here to the Merriam-Webster. Someone or something that makes people join together to support a person, cause, or rouses people to action. Yeah, so, and what does that sound like? Sounds like them angels coming in, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Lord is raising up that standard, man. Okay, scripture says, let's read it again, man. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, man. And also that goes into a way to escape. The Lord might make us disappear, or the Lord's will for the men of the Lord. But I showed them Chinese robots to read this, and I want to show this video. I'm not going to have this too long. So this is the book of Judges, chapter 3 and verse 31. And after him was Shamgar, the son of Anath, which slew of the Philistines 600 men with an ox goad, and he also delivered Israel. So yeah, Shamgar slew 600 men by himself, right? And we just seen those Chinese fighting robots, right? So let's go over here. And let's see. Mace Windu. Right? Because I'll just tell you one if I can mute it. don't think I can mute it while I do this. Maybe if I look it up online, I might be able to mute it so I can kind of talk over it. But yeah, man, you know, Shamgar, when Shamgar was in there, Shamgar killed 600 Philistines, man. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Mace Windu versus Mace Windu versus Battle of the Droids. Yeah, man. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, bro, because see, all these everything you see, man, it comes from the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Now, if you look at it, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I might get copyrighted, but look, the enemy comes in like a flood, and this is just an example of what could possibly happen, man. But yeah, that's just a quick example of how, you know, quickly things can turn when the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai is involved, man. You know what I mean? One man of you shall chase 1,000. All right, so this is the book of Joshua, chapter 23 and verse 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000. For the Lord Yahweh your God, he it is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. Yeah, man, these last days, the Lord gonna raise up Jacob, man. Do some phenomenal things, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I ain't gonna have this too long, but just, you know, you saw Moab, all you other nations, you know, they're getting their armies ready because they know eventually they're gonna have to fight Yahweh Shai, man, and the angels, man. But also they know they're gonna have to fight some of the elect, so, you know, you heathens, you might have the carnal, but we have the spiritual, man. You know, and the scripture said, well, we'll end it off on this, man. That's how we'll end it off. Yeah, we'll end it off on, let's see. We'll end it off on this. No. Okay, because if you truly are the elect, man, there's nothing that they can do to you, man. Even if you gotta die, scripture says precious is the death of his saints, man. Isaiah 54 and 17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Yeah, man, so no weapon formed against the elect is gonna work, man. You know, when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Lord is gonna raise up that standard and fuck shit up, man. But that's just, you know, I just want to get something in there today, you know, just something edifying, something quick, man. You know, giving all praise unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakudash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, safety, salutation to the whole elect. Shalom.